Hello everyone, tonight on the program is the worst yet to come. The local currency now a peso away from hitting 6 cedis to the dollar. According to the Bank of Ghana's own trading platform, we've got analysis ahead. Also coming up, the latest from the AFTA Angola Business Investment Forum, where Secretary General of the AFTA Secretariat, Wemkele Meni, has been speaking about how African governments can transform their economies.
It is our collective task to transform our economies from dependence on the production and export of raw materials into value-added industrial economies, productive sector.
I'll bring you more from there. Also, bread retailers in the Ashanti region have a new challenge. Sales have dipped since they increased the price of the staple.
I was about to go home due to low patronage. I used to sell 100 loaves of bread a day, but now I am unable to sell even 50 loaves.
That's Business Live tonight. We've got details of those stories and others coming up. My name is Daryl Kwao. We will be right back. First up tonight, the local currency, the Ghana cedi, is just a peso away from hitting 6 cedis to the dollar. According to the Bank of Ghana's official trading platform, the dollar is now selling at 55 cedis 99 pesos. But what is driving this depreciation, and is the worst yet to come? Well, George Affe has more.
The Bloomberg currency trading platform, which is officially sanctioned by the Bank of Ghana when it comes to the actual values of the Ghana cedi, closed just this Tuesday at 5 Ghana cedis 99 pesos. This is coming after some forex bureaus and even banks were selling the currency at a little over 6 Ghana cedis. Since this current challenge is a demand and supply issue, then one can say that unless you witness some massive dollar injection later today by the Bank of Ghana, the local currency will indeed hit the dreaded 6 Ghana cedis. The current challenge facing the Ghana cedi is as a result of massive corporate demand for dollars because they needed to pay dividend to their shareholders outside the country. Another development that is said to be putting pressure on the Ghana cedi is the opening up of the economy or the said recovery that has resulted in spike in dollar demand to finance imports. However, there are some that are worried about the said strategic intervention approach adopted by the Bank of Ghana. This is because with the record reserve at a little over $11 billion, some were expecting higher dollar intervention to deal with the current challenge. This is because based on all the projections, some inflows from our donors should hit our accounts very soon, as well as the upcoming cocoa loan syndication and more than $1 billion from the IMF in SDR drawing rights. The Bank of Ghana has maintained that there is no need to panic because the situation is under control. An assurance it believes will help ward off speculatory activities to said to be putting pressure on the Ghana cedi to depreciate against the US dollar.
Well, if you have been transacting business with the forex bureaus, you wouldn't be surprised by this news because the forex bureaus have for the past 1 month been selling the dollar at 6 cedis. Now, Face Solutions has projected 6 cedis 32 pesos to the dollar by the end of this year, whilst Databank Research is forecasting 6 cedis 14 pesos. Dr. Benjamin Amwa is Executive Director at the Economic and Finance think tank, Center for Economics, Finance and Inequality Studies. First, he joins us to discuss this. And thank you for your time tonight. I remember your prediction at the beginning of the year about the cedi ending the year at 6 cedis 24 pesos to the dollar. And at that point, some of us thought it was far-fetched, but it's looking more and more likely. Your analysis on what you're seeing now?
Thank you very much for having me. If you have been watching the CD again for some time, you know, it is not too surprising, because what is making it a bit surprising now to most people is the run that the city had for the year 2020. That is what is rather clouding out the actual performance of the city. But for the year 2020, the city's behavior today shouldn't surprise most market watchers. And so, like we forecasted at the beginning of the year, we have been expecting the city to have some difficulties, especially against its trading pair. But then, because the Bank of Ghana's strategy of forex auction trading, there's been relative stability. Even though the city is not too strong as one would have loved, the current performance of the city is better than what it used to be in the years past.
So explain for us, the Bank of Ghana, like you pointed out, was doing a good job with the forex forward auction. So hasn't that been good enough to save the city from falling further?
Yeah, it is good, and it is still good the Bank of Ghana stick to that strategy. You know, when that strategy was implemented, COVID had not started. When COVID-19 came in, the whole global economy had to virtually be shut down for some time. Now economies are opening up. The US Fed has decided to put some pressure on the release of dollars, making it a bit difficult to have US dollars come into the system now as a way of tightening up, because the Fed had to loosen up the system as a way of turning around the US economy from COVID. Now, with the vaccinations going on, there's a need to at least tighten up the system a little bit. And that is what is contributing to the increase in global demand for the US dollars. And that indirectly is impacting on the availability of US dollars around the globe, and also impacting on our exchange rate that we have here. So it is two factors that are playing out. It is the external factor as well as the internal factors that we are having internally as a result of the need for foreigners to repatriate some funds back home, and then also the payment of dividend, etc. That is putting some pressure on the currency as we speak now.
Don't we expect this happening around this time, especially?
Then when the cocoa syndication loan comes in, there's some level of stability before again, actual December, we see this weakness in the city. But then one must be quick to add that anytime the city is about to jump to the next whole number in terms of its rate, there's always this market sentiment that brings in some level of uncertainty in relation to the currency. That the next time around, trying our best to make sure the city is stabilized. So it's something that has got to do with the market reaction when the city is nearing its next whole number.
And so in the short term, what can be done to save the city from further falling?
In the short term, BOG must do well to pump in more dollars, like you're rightly saying. Again, we need to look at our official reserve available and then see if we can deal with the treasures of the Forex Bureau and the black market. And these two markets are just a mirror of what is happening on the currency market. You cannot put your eye off the Forex market and say that what is happening on the Forex market is not the true market rate of the exchange. So the central bank will have to, through its strategy of the Forex forward, pump enough dollars into the system so that the market will not fall on the Forex Bureau and the black market to supply that gap. Not hoping that the worst will happen, because it shouldn't be that the worst will happen for us to be right. We are hoping that the central bank should rather get it right so that the economy will be better for us than for our projections to come right. That I don't think is the best way for us to look at it. So we prefer that the central bank will be right by controlling it than for our projections to come correct.
Can business leaders and governments to help transform their economies from dependence on the production and export of raw materials. Speaking during the After Angola Business Investment Forum at the Africa Trade House here in Accra, he said it is that transformation that would give Africa the best opportunity to derive maximum benefit from the abundant natural resources.
Has the potential to ensure its own food sufficiency and be a major supplier of food. Is home to an abundance of natural resources that includes diamonds, manganese, copper, gold, aluminium, and all of these natural resources are critical for global value chains and for powering global industry. As a Secretariat, we are committed to supporting the development aspirations of our continent with open trade and investment between our member states of the AFCFTA. It is our collective task to transform our economies from dependence on the production and export of raw materials into value-added industrial economy and high export of value-added goods. It is this transformation that will provide the opportunity to derive maximum benefit from our abundant natural resources and from our participation in the AFCFTA and help bring about progress and prosperity to Africa.
Well, trade
a unique platform to guide Africa's post-COVID-19 economic recovery effort. Under the framework of the AFCFTA, Ghana and Angola have a lot to gain from working together in fields such as agriculture, fisheries, livestock, industry, oil and gas, the petroleum industry, value addition to our mineral resources, the development of our energy resources, particularly renewable energy, and then the fintech, which have been negotiated as part of the phase 1 negotiations of AFTA, has the potential of creating a robust ecosystem for supporting the productive sectors of African countries.
And you're watching Business Live. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll tell you about our online business engagement, Joy Business Social, what to look ahead to tonight. Plus, bread retailers in the Ashanti region have a new challenge. Sales have dipped since they increased the price of the staple. Rihanna is now a billionaire, her cosmetics business doing wonders for her. Great news. Now, it's that time of the week we get social, and this time we are talking export business and standards. Head of Joy Business, Odilia Ntiama, joins us with a look ahead to tonight's discussion on our social media platforms at 6 p.m. And Good you're joining us tonight for this conversation. We just heard from the afterboys talk about...
It's indeed a big challenge. I remember in recent times, Emma Davis and myself worked on something relating to honey. And it looked like there wasn't even enough standards in that sector. And so honey producers were having a big challenge exporting. And remember that on the world markets, this is on such a high demand that Ghana currently is facing a big challenge in the honey sector. And so it will be really good to know, reach the point where they want to export. Exactly what should they be doing? Then the Ghana Export Promotion Authority will also be sharing with us exactly what people should be doing if they feel they are export ready. There are actually 19 export steps that you should be running yourself, your company, and your product through before you are actually export ready. So I am interested in finding out, for example, that in these 19 steps, if you miss one, there's a huge jump, 58%, as in like the Ghana Export Promotions 2019 report. And so I would like to find out why yam has all of a sudden become such a big area of interest in the United Arab Emirates and other locations. And so tonight promises to be exciting because we have decided to put two government institutions together that look at us diversifying our exports. And once, okay, so you can join on our Zoom link, which will be, we've distributed widely on social media. And so you can go to every social media page connecting to Joy. And you will find something on that page that tells you where to go to. So we will be on Zoom, we'll be on Facebook, and then we'll be on all social media platforms. The hashtag is Joy Business Social, and so you can follow us on Twitter, 24. You can send us things that have been bothering you all these years that you are not privileged to have access to Standards Authority boards or GEPA boards. You can just send your questions ahead of time.
We will be following. Thank you so much. That is Head of Joy Business, Odilia Ntianwa. Now, bread retailers in parts of Kumasi in the Ashanti region are complaining they are facing difficulty in selling the staple at their new prices. The Ashanti Bread Bakers Association took a decision to increase the price of bread on the market.
Wooden bread crate with her hand leaning on her chin due to low patronage. The bread business has been her source of income for the past 3 years. But the story is different now.
I was about to go home due to low patronage. I used to sell 100 loaves of bread a day, but now I am unable to sell even 50 loaves.
The increase in the price of bread has affected her daily sales and profits in the past week.
By the marginal increase in the price of bread. The 20% increase in the price of bread is making it difficult for bread retailers to make sales and profits.
The
prices of raw materials used for bread production should be reduced to make the bread cheap.
First, I'm on an air yet to make a fan 200
I used to sell about 200 to 300 loaves of bread daily. Now I can hardly sell 20 loaves a day. Most of the bread I go in for gets spoiled in 3 days.
So what has been the consent of consumers?
First,
the quality of the bread has been reduced.
The 6 cedi bread is tasty, but the size has been reduced. The 5 cedi bread is not delicious.
The price of bread is expected to increase in the coming months if the prices of raw materials for bread production continue to rise. Anita Sewa Ajugan reporting.
Well, that's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl. I'll see you same time tomorrow.